Sometimes. There was only one other house on our block, where a father doesn't live. When somebody asks why, the boy says he died. The girl looks off, down the block, her thumb slowly rising to her mouth. The boy says, I was a baby. Says, she doesn't remember him and points to his silent sister. Sometimes I lie about my father. He died, I say, in a car wreck, or he fell off a roof maybe. Maybe he's coming soon. Next week and next week and next week. That if my sister is nearby, she shakes her head, says, he's making up stories again, says, we don't have a father anymore, says, our grandfather's our father now, says, sometimes that's the way things happen.
Uncle Robert. Uncle Robert has moved to New York City. I hear him taking the stairs 2 at a time. And then he is at our door, knocking loud until our mother opens it. Curlers in her hair, robe pulled closed, whispering, it's almost midnight. Don't you wake my children. We are already awake, all 4 of us, smiling and jumping around. My uncle, why'd you bring me? Our mama shushes us, says it's too late for presents and the like. But we want presents and the like. And she too is smiling now, happy to see her baby brother, who lives all the way over in Far Rockaway, where the ocean is right there if you look out your window. Robert opens his hand to reveal a pair of silver earrings. Ingza says to my sister, this is a gift for how smart you are. I want to be smart like Dell. I want someone to hand me silver and gold just because my brain clicks in thinking whenever it needs to. But I'm not as smart as Dell, so watch her press the silver moons into her ears. I say, I know a girl 10 times smarter than her. She gets diamonds every time she gets 100 on a test. And Robert looks at me, dark eyes smiling, asks, is that something you made up or something real? In my own head, it's as real as anything. In my head, all kinds of people are doing all kinds of things. I want to tell them this, that the world we're living in right here in Bushwick isn't the only place. And now my brothers are asking, would you bring me? My uncle is pulling gifts from his pockets, from his leather briefcase, from inside his socks. He hands my mother a record, a small 45 James Brown, who none of us like because he screams when he sings. But my brother puts it on the record player, turned way down low, and then even as kids are dancing around. Robert showing us the steps he learned at the Far Rockaway pit parties. His feet are magic, and we all try to slide across the floor like he does. Our own feet, again and again, betraying us. Teach us, Robert, we keep saying. Teach us. When he takes us to the park, Uncle Robin tells us if you catch a dandelion puff, you can make a wish. Any you want will come true, he says, as we catch the feather which around swings beneath swing sliding boards under until we can hold them in our hands, close our eyes tight, whisper your dream, then set it floating out into the
universe,
hoping our uncle is telling the truth, hoping each thing we wish for will one day come true.
The story's like this: Jack and Jill went up the hill. My uncle sings, "I went up a hill yesterday," I say. "What hill?" "In the park." "What park?" "Paisley Park." "Who was with you?" "Nobody." "But you're not allowed to go to the park without anyone." "I just did." "Maybe you dreamed it," my uncle says. "No, I really went." And my uncle likes the stories I'm making up. Along came Spider and sat down beside her. "I got bit by a spider," I say. "When?" "The other day." "Where?" "Right on my foot." "Show us." "It's gone now." But my mother accuses me of lying. "If you lie," she says, "one day you'll steal." I won't steal. It's hard to understand how one leads to the other, how stories could ever make us criminals. It's hard to understand the way my brain works, so different from everybody around me. How each new story I'm told becomes a thing that happens in some other way to me. "Keep making up stories," my uncle says. "You're lying," my mother says. Maybe the truth is somewhere in between and all that I'm told in memory.
Off key. We start each meeting at Kingdom Hall with a song and a prayer. But we're always late, walking in when the pink songbooks are already open, looking over shoulders, asking brothers and sisters to help us find our place. If it's a song I like, I sing loud until my sister shushes me with a finger on her mouth. My whole family knows I can't sing. My voice, my sister says, is just left off the key, just right off the tune. But I sing anyway whenever I can. Even the boring witness songs sound good to me. The words telling us how God wants us to behave, what he wants us to do. Be glad you nations with his people go preach from door to door. The good news of Jehovah's kingdom proclaim from shore to shore. It's the music around the words that I hear in my head, even though everyone swears I can't hear it. Strange that they don't hear what I hear. Strange that it sounds so right to me. Even the snake. The Sunday sermons are given by men. Women are allowed to get on stage like this, standing alone to tell God's story. I don't understand why, but I listen anyway. On the first day, God made the heavens and the earth, and he looked at it and said it was good. It's a long story. It's a good story. Adam and Eve got made. A snake appeared in a tree, a talking snake. Then Eve had to make a choice. The apple the snake wanted her to eat looked so good. Just one bite, but it was the only apple in the kingdom full of apples that God had said, "Don't touch this apple. This It's the best apple in the world." The snake said, "Go ahead and taste it. God won't care." But we know the ending in our heads. We scream, "Don't do it, Eve. That's the devil inside the snake. He's tricking you." But Eve took a bite, and so here we are, sitting on Kingdom Hall on a beautiful Sunday afternoon, hoping that God sees in his heart to know it wasn't our fault. Give us another chance. Send the snake back, and we promise we'll say no this time.
Our father fading away. And all of our moving, we forgot our family in Ohio, forgotten our father's voice, the slow draw of his words, the way he and his brother David made jokes. they weren't funny, and laughed as though they were. We forgot the color of his skin. Was it dark brown, like mine, or lighter like Dell's? Did he have Hope and Dell's loose curls, or my tighter, kinkier hair? Was his voice deep or high? Was he a hugger like Grandma Georgiana, holding us like she never planned to let go, or did he hug hard the fast like Mama, planting her warm lips to our foreheads? We where the kiss lingered. Long after she said I love you, pulled her sweater on sweater on and left for work each morning. In Brooklyn, there are no more calls from Ohio, nor more calls from our father, or Grandpa Hope, or Grandma Grace, or David, or Annie, or Ada, or Elisa. It is if each family has disappeared from the other. Soon, someone who knows someone in Ohio who knows the Woodsons, tells my mother that Grandpa Hope has died. At dinner the evening our mother gives us is the news, but we keep eating because we hadn't known he was still alive. And for a moment I think about Jack, our father, but then, quickly as it comes, the thought moves on. Out of sight, out of my mind, my brother says, but only a part of me believes this is true.
Halfway home, part 2. For a long time there is only one tree on our block, and I thought it still feels strange to be so far away from the soft dirt beneath bare, bare feet. The ground is firm here, and there's only one tree blooms, wide enough to shade four buildings. The city is settling around me. My words comes fast now. When I speak, the soft curl of the South on my tongue is near gone. Who are these city children? My grandma laughs, her own voice sad and far away on the phone, but it's a long distance call. From Greenville to Brooklyn, too much money and not enough time to explain that New York is gray rock and quick-moving cars, that traffic lights change fast, and my sister must hold tight to my hand as we cross to where a small man singing "Peruga Peruga" sells shaved ice from a white cart filled with bottles and bottles of fruit-flavored syrup, colored red and purple and orange and blue, that our mouths water in the hot sun as we hand him our quarters, and then wait patiently as he pours the syrup over the ice, hands it to us in paper cones. We'll be coming home soon, Grandma. Each of us promise. We love you. And when she says, I love you too, the South is so heavy in her mouth, my eyes fill up with the missing of everything and everyone I ever knew. The painting and the night in the corner of the bedroom. The four of us sure sure comes to picking the plaster paint. Gone, gone coming morning. My younger brother Roman can't explain why paint me- melting on his his um, his tongue his tongue feels good. Still, he eats the paint. The plaster eat, uh, until a white hole through where pale green paint used to be, and too late was catched him. His fingers in his mouth, his lip covered with